This is about the Roblox stuff.
Roblox decided to double down on their decision to ban and threaten legal action against someone that was trying to keep their platform safer for children, a responsibility Roblox doesn't seem to want to do themselves, at least not in an efficient way. So the quick and dirty of it, if you don't know the lore, I'll give you the nutshell breakdown.
Give us the
here.
nutshell.
I made a video on it a couple days ago, but earlier this week, a YouTuber named Schlep just got permanently IP banned by Roblox HQ and threatened with legal action because he colored outside the lines here. He was a little naughty in the eyes of the Roblox corpo overlords, the fucking weasels in suits over there, those grease goblins. Apparently, when Schlep was young, he was the victim of a bad actor on Roblox, and as he grew up, he wanted to do what he could to make the platform safer for children so they didn't have to experience.
Pause. Chat, can we all agree the biggest issue in this entire debate, it shouldn't be like whether or not you should be doing like vigilante shit or not. The biggest thing that I got as a takeaway from this is, holy fuck, Roblox has got to do something better about protecting kids online. And in general, I don't know. I am more okay with people giving up internet freedoms or various freedoms that we think of if it means we can protect kids, because this shit is so cooked.
It's what he did, and thus he started actively catching predators and has actually had a few of them even arrested. He is doing what he can to just try and make the platform safer. Roblox takes a huge issue with that. One of the big criticisms of Roblox.
Say, you're so brave for saying that. Okay, let me be very distinct. I'm actually okay with full on real ID usage for certain online platforms if you're a minor, or just for online stuff in general. There. Yeah, you want me to be so brave? I'll say something that I actually think most people would disagree with. Like you look at countries like South Korea or even China that require your real ID links to like certain online activity. I would be way more okay with that. There. That's the actual take that I think a lot of people do disagree with.
That has existed for years is how poorly they handle predators on Roblox. They are very hands-off when it comes to safety. Basically, their philosophy boils down to the old Luigi method in Mario Party, where if you do nothing, maybe you'll win. But in this case, that is not happening. You see, their tactics here of basically just plugging their ears and closing their eyes and then wiping their ass with all the reports that flood in, it's led to a massive issue with Roblox where there has been a very common occurrence of predators preying on kids through their...
What a pause point. I mean, here's basically the issue, chat. The issue comes with like YouTube isn't as bad. The issue that I see, it's also why Discord had a lot of issue. I think the issue comes when you allow children and adults to mix in like especially where there's like voice and like other shit. It's like where they can mix and be like hanging out together, right? Like weirdly enough, as an example, when I go and I play Among Us VR and I'm playing with a bunch of kids, if it wasn't for the fact that I'm a streamer on Twitch and doing that for content, and it's kind of like, oh, look, like some old unk streamers like playing Among Us with kids. That's like if it wasn't for the content side of it, that it's like all like live and shown to other people. If I was doing that off stream, that'd be fucking weird. Right? Like in general, there's just kind of like, there's like acceptable places for adults and kids to interact. And 99% of the time, the adults are screened in those situations. Camp counselors, teachers, etc. Right? Like it's just you got to be careful with that stuff.
Platform. You've probably seen tons and tons of headlines about pedophiles through Roblox by this point. It's very clear.
Or you can regulate the corporate. But what do you mean by regulate the corporations, though? What do you tell Roblox to do?
That they are not efficient when it comes to handling this. So the community has begun policing themselves, and Schlep was among those that were trying to do what they could to catch the predators and have them arrested, but it's not like they were going behind Roblox's back for it. Schlep was actively providing Roblox all of the evidence, all of the reports, even sending a physical binder to the Roblox headquarters, and still they sat on their hands, put their thumb up their ass, and spun around on it or something. I guess when the package arrived there, they must have treated it like the Unabomber was trying to reach them or something. Like Schlep and all of these other predator catchers on Roblox are actively trying to go through the proper channels, so Roblox will be the ones to act on it. But
I think here's my take. I think Roblox doesn't have a good answer for this. And so the reason why they banned the vigilantes like Schlep and other is they didn't want, basically their worry is that before they could come up and build solutions to protect kids on the platform, they were worried that these vigilante people were going to further highlight just the lack of security on the platform. And they were worried about that, which is pretty fucked up.
they just haven't been, at least not enough clearly, because there's still a huge problem on Roblox with this. So Roblox shut him down and threatened legal action. That has led to a huge shitstorm for Roblox, rightfully so. This has made headlines across the globe here. A wacky new development is apparently Roblox Corporation's chief safety officer, Matthew Kaufman, just sold over $800,000 worth of company stock shortly after the platform issued a cease and desist to Schlep. Looking like a little panic over there at the HQ. That is seeming like there's some holes.
Yeah, I think Chad, I think that's it. I think it's clocked at that. Basically, they realize well, here's the thing I'm worried about. I feel like it's one of two things. Either they just have no fucking idea how bad it is. Like they actually genuinely don't know. And so they're like, well, this guy's going and harassing people, so we got to ban him. They don't even understand what he's doing. It could even be that. It could just be gross negligence. Or even worse is they do know and know that they haven't done anything about it, so they're trying to stop people from like drawing attention to it.
In the ship. You don't often see the chief safety officer cash out that much.
When you have a platform that's based off fan-made games, it's bound to get weird, and Roblox doesn't care. But that's what I'm saying, Chad. Is like I think you need to have systems at the platform level that protect against this. I feel like Roblox was too good to be true as like a fun, like basically playground for kids games online. Like I Discord has had to deal with this too. Like a bunch of these, like I said, it just gets weird when you basically allow kids and adults to intermix on these platforms, like, you know, willy-nilly. No, Blau, these criticisms have been going on for years. Roblox taking similar action and similar people in the past. So, okay, so it's probably that second one. It's not just gross negligence. It's likely that they know that their platform is just a breeding ground of fucking weird behavior and basically like leaves kids super vulnerable to attacks from predators, and they just haven't done anything about it.
Much stock in the wake of a huge debate about the safety of the platform.
What could they do about it other than require real ID? That's a good question. Are we safe to send links about this? Yeah, we're going to be reacting to this. That actually is a question, chat. Everyone, I think, is upset with Roblox, but here's my question. Well, okay, there's two questions. First of all, there's what do you don't do? And what you don't do is go and target the only people trying to do anything about it, even if it is vigilante people, and try to like push this under the rug. You definitely don't do what Roblox did. But on the flip side, there's a question of what do you actively do? Like, I want you guys to like, outside of like doing real ID checks, like what do you do for, I do think it's kind of tricky.
Platform that he is supposed to be.
Fuck, I lost chat. I lost you guys. Come back.
Managing and operating efficiently. Sounds like he's a little worried that people are more alert to how poorly Roblox itself handles safety in general. Another thing that happened is a congressman is also now making a push for Roblox to do more to keep children safe on their platform.
And isn't there like the state of Louisiana is suing them?
Further, so they put out a statement clarifying and doubling down on their decision to fight.
Vigilante behavior creates an unsafe environment for users. No shot. I mean, again, I'm like, don't get me wrong. Do I think vigilanteism is bad? Like, again, this is one of those things where it's like, you don't really have morally like black and white takes of good and bad. It's like, do I tend to think vigilanteism is bad? Yes. Do I think it serves a purpose though? Yes. And it usually serves the purpose of people policing social spheres or ecosystems when there is not a baseline of policing or safety, right?
back against the vigilante groups, which is mind-boggling, just straight up fucking reflaffitating that they thought that this was somehow like a W, like a PR win here. We are fighting back against the vigilante groups. And then crickets when it comes to pedophiles. Why aren't you fighting the pedophiles? Why are you laser focused with the fucking crosshairs on the vigilantes that are fighting the pedophiles? Like, this is a wild hill to die on. We are sharing more information about why it was necessary to remove vigilantes from Roblox and the ways in which we review and act on reports of abuse on Roblox. While seeming
I think one of the really big issues is, okay, I think one of the other really big issues, you can't, for people like, oh, they need to take reports more seriously. I think as a platform that has this many kids on it, they have to do something differently. You are relying on kids to report people. That's really bad. That's not how it works. And like that, like you can't rely on kids to report people. They're kids. They don't know what to do.
well-intentioned, the vigilantes we banned have taken action that are both unacceptable and create an unsafe environment for users. I just need to stop right here and just take a pause. Schlep and other vigilantes catching predators is not making the game more unsafe than it currently is by just having those predators running rampant with no one to stop them because you are not efficiently stopping them. Like, this is a crazy stance to...
Yeah, like I feel like the whole thing is like realistically, are Schlep and the other vigilantes doing that much? Not really. But that's the fucking point. The whole point is they're catching a handful of them, despite the fact that there are hundreds, if not thousands, of these predators using Roblox. It's not hundreds. I think it is thousands, right? And so they're only catching it. It's like, yeah, they're not active. They're not that effective at stopping it because they're a few individuals. They're not the fucking platform themselves.
Take. Similar to actual predators, they often impersonate minors, actively approached other users, then tried to lead them to other platforms to have sexually explicit conversations, which is against our terms of use. Accurate, timely reporting from our community is important. Reporting through the appropriate channels, including our custom-designed reporting tools, immediately and with as much specific information as possible is the best way to help us remove bad actors from Roblox.
I think my biggest concern is this bullet point right here. You are acting like kids have the wherewithal, and like I would be really worried about. I don't try. I like kids don't know to do that. Blau, I feel like real ID checks and censoring the internet could be a good thing and keep kids safe from becoming fascists. Look at Nick Fuentes. He has inspired a whole generation. Show up the American First Movement. People are just openly fascist. I mean, I am wondering if like this is I like here's my controversial take. If you guys want to know like what I would do, this is one of those things that would kill your stock price and would cause a lot of issues. I would make it so that, I mean, chat, would it be weird to have like a like it, I don't know, like I would almost want, it's weird because like as soon as you like have like a kids only section of Roblox, then that's where the predators would fucking go. But I do think there's something to be said of like some sort of real ID where it's like you would have an account that is registered as a minor that is but has to be registered through a parental guardian. A parent or a guardian has to give their ID to tie to the account. I mean, it comes to the parents at a point, but yeah, basically it's like, I don't think kids who just get access to Roblox should then just be able to go and play it. It's kind of the same with the internet. I think we should almost just like maybe we do need to move to a day and age where like the internet is actually restricted and that you need some sort of ID to access it. And it's one of those things where I'll be like, well, it comes down to the parenting. It's like, I don't trust parents to do that.
These reporting tools are designed to capture key metadata and details that cannot be captured from an email or screenshot and enable faster, more efficient reviews and more thorough reporting to law enforcement when warranted. I'm going to take another break here real quick. When does that go live? Because that's definitely not live right now. Like, what do you mean? Like, that is the biggest problem. Everything you're saying right there is absolute gobbledygook. Like, that's just mumbo jumbo. You're just saying words that aren't real. That is the big problem. No matter how many times people are reporting these bad actors through.
Yeah, like Chad, is that kind of this, like I am at a point where I'm like, I would be worried enough about kids in online spaces that I'm like, maybe we do just move to like a require real ID for online spaces.
Your channels, there is no official.
I just like whenever someone says it's the parents' responsibility, I don't believe in that. I don't believe in parents' responsibility. I think I don't trust that parents are in general responsible enough. Number one. Number two, a lot of them actually might be responsible, might not be informed enough.
Fast reviewing that leads to the person being, kicked off the platform. There's so many cases of predators who have literally been arrested that still actually have their Roblox accounts live. What are you talking about? That is blatantly false. And that is the issue. You can say you have all these tools and that you take in all of these reviews, but there's nothing that really shows that. There's no, it doesn't seem like if that is the case, it's made any difference. Maybe you need to overhaul that, or maybe you need to beef it up or something. Maybe you should work with the vigilante groups instead of vilifying them, because they're doing a better job at getting the predators captured and taken off the platform.
So do you not believe in do you not believe it is the parents' responsibility, or do you not believe in their ability to fulfill that responsibility? I don't believe in their ability to fulfill it. What about legislatively banning children from social media apps and making laws to ban persons under 18 from owning smartphones? I mean, in theory, I actually agree with this, that you could never get this passed, though. And I don't think I'd set it at 18. Like, for instance, there's also like, I'm not saying that this is like, this is like maybe Chad, you guys can agree with this. For instance, I feel like, and there are minors that can be preyed upon, but where I feel like the minors themselves might have more agency to be able to recognize what's happening and then report it. Like, for instance, if someone's being weird to like a 14-year-old or a 15-year-old, there might be more like, but I don't think a 9-year-old or a 10-year-old should be online, like, period. There. I don't think a 9-year-old or a 10-year-old should be online, full stop. Unless it is like your parent gives them like, well, I think there's like YouTube for kids, but like accounts where it's basically like they're not commenting, they're not reading other people's comments, they are only reading pre-approved content from YouTube that's like for kids. That's like the only time where I'm okay with it. So I'm like, yeah, maybe it's like to join social media apps, you have to be like 14 and then older, or like 13 and then older. I don't know what the age would be. I don't think it has to be 18, but I would just, and again, because the older you push that age, the more likely those companies are going to lobby the fuck against it. But 16 is pretty, the two ages, just because they're like, I think it's somewhere between 14 and 16 is like the ages I would push for. Yeah, it's like around high school age. Chat, you also have to remember there's almost like there's also like a social kind of aspect to it where it's like high school starts for most kids in the United States at 14, which is why I would honestly be like, probably just do 14 because that's when high school starts, right? Because if you do 16, then you're in this weird world where like half the people are going to find workarounds to get on the apps because half of the kids at the school are on them, half of them aren't, I was downloading Pamela Anderson themes on my Nokia when I was...
Than your systems are. I don't know why you view the vigilantes as enemies. Again, I can understand in general why vigilantes could be a bad thing, like on a broad scale, but when the company isn't doing things to ensure the safety of the users, well, vigilantes are super necessary to step in to do it for them, to keep the platform safe, because you are just not doing your job. Like, it makes...
And here's the thing. To to Charlie's point, even the presence and like the known, like even the threat of known vigilantes who are trying to actively, like basically actively bait predators into this shit to expose them. I feel like the knowledge that that exists in the ecosystem would actually decrease predation. Does that make sense, chat? You know, I like, for instance, I would argue that like Dateline To Catch a Predator, because it became famous, probably decreased predation just because people were like, oh fuck, I don't want to be the one where it's like, you know, have a seat over here. You know, like that, it's now they're like aware that like they could get caught for it. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I would expect it would have some effect.
No sense to me that they would be so combative with someone like Schlepp where they'd cease and desist, ban him, and then threaten legal action. You could work with him. Why don't you guide him through the proper channels? He is doing a good service by getting these predators arrested. It is something you are not doing enough of.
Or yeah, not only that, but like bring him on board to help advise your safety and security team to help develop systems to catch them.
We realize that no platform is perfect, but we prioritize trust and safety because it's core to what we do as a company. It doesn't really seem like you prioritize it, by the way. It seems like your CEO is
yeah, like I don't understand how this is prioritizing safety.
Prioritizing trying to turn it into a fucking dating site for 17 plus, which again, by the way, is a really weird age where he's trying to pitch a 17 plus dating service to a company, Roblox, so it'd be half gaming and half dating. It seems like that's the focus because Dave fucking Bazooki here, the CEO of Roblox, can't stop yapping about it. It doesn't seem like the priority.
What? They're trying to pitch a dating service on Roblox?
Trust and safety. That's all I'm saying. This is an area where we invest heavily and are always innovating, helping keep our users.
I see. I don't. Another reason I just don't like that. I don't listen. We used to meme all the time that like League of Legends was like all like half a dating game, but at least League of Legends was like. Wouldn't you guys argue that like League of Legends, when everyone was playing League, it was like high school and college students playing League. Like the vibe of League was about when you would be dating people. It was high school and college. The reason why it's really fucking weird for Roblox to then like push a date is like, dude, it's like a lot of kids are playing Roblox that are not even in high school yet. That's fucking weird.
Safe is a critical part of our vision.
There's already a popular dating service for 17-year-olds. It's called Valorant. Yeah, but exactly. You know what I mean, chat? Like, Riot doesn't push e-dating in Valorant. It already exists. But even then, like, Valorant is still kind of like it's an older audience that's on Valorant. It's still a young audience. Like, don't get me wrong. It's still like Valorant's audience, you know, a bunch of like high school kids and college kids. But that at least makes more sense. I don't want Roblox being like, I don't know. When I hear Roblox, I think like middle school, late elementary school kids. Like they shouldn't be. That's fucking weird.
Of connecting a billion people with optimism.
Yeah, and then GTA RP dating is for adults. Exactly. GTA roleplay dating is for adults. Valorant is for 17 plus, and Roblox shouldn't be fucking dating.
And civility, and is a strategic imperative for our creator community. And then just a bunch of blabbering here, all of which it doesn't seem to be true. Again, I understand they can't wipe them all out instantly, but it's clear that reports are falling on deaf ears. Like there are predators, real predators, like with irrefutable evidence that Roblox is not acting on. So there is a problem here, and it doesn't seem like they're doing enough.
I think GTA, what's I bet, so for instance, I think 5M and GTA luckily don't have to deal with this problem as much because there's already the base protections of the game. Does that make sense, chat? Like 5M and GTA probably don't have to deal with this as much because there's just not as many kids because they have the base protection of it being GTA. But even they still probably have these issues with minors, you know, probably like, you know, 15, 16-year-olds playing the game, right? And GTA has to deal with a whole other issue of like, you know, women getting harassed and stuff like that. But the difference is that like Roblox, like the nature of Roblox in culture and like what parents are letting their like elementary school kids play Roblox. Like that's what I mean when I say like it's the difference between minors and kids. Now don't get me wrong, they're both like those are both vulnerable communities, but chat, we can all agree like A 16-year-old playing Valorant has like a little bit more agency than a 10-year-old playing Roblox. Like one of those I am like, don't get me wrong, we should protect both. One of those needs way more protection than the other though.
Then they go on to talk about like just how many messages and how many users are on Roblox. Again, I understand there's millions and millions and a lot to go through, a lot to comb through, which is why, again, I don't understand why they wouldn't be extending an olive branch to the vigilante groups who are clearly doing a good job at catching.
Not even that. Blau, not even that. My 4th grade and 2nd grade cousins play Roblox. Their parents give them tablets to just let them play without monitoring. How old is 2nd grade? Like, isn't 2nd grade like, isn't that like 8? Like, yeah, this is bad. 7 or 8, yeah. Like, yeah, like, again, when we're like, don't get me wrong, chat, when we're dealing with minors, companies need to like, I think this stance and the take I have is this: when you are dealing with online ecosystems, voice chat, friend requests, like, you need to be careful of minors in your community. I would argue that the sort of how serious you take that is going to very much depend on the audience of your game. You know, for instance, Riot might handle that a little bit differently because the majority of the audience of their games is going to be older. Rockstar probably gets a little bit, or Rockstar 5M, whatever, get a little bit more leeway because, hey, they actually have a strict hard box. Like, also, they have legal protection by just being like, hey, you had to be 18 plus to play this game, and can almost offset that to the parents. But if they're good, they will also still develop good systems to not allow for weird shit to happen. But if you're Roblox, your audience includes elementary school kids. You have got to, like, this should be their number one priority right now.
Real predators that are on their platform. Roblox is missing them in a lot of cases. I don't know why they wouldn't want to work with them. Again, as they mentioned here, they've got, you know, fucking billions of messages that get across, billions of reports that swipe across their desk every day. Why wouldn't you work with the community that is actively trying to help you and help keep the platform safe? So now they talk about why they've decided to remove vigilante.
Yes, and Peace, Love, Kells, amazing message. This is what I'm talking about, chat. As a social worker who works with children and teens, the amount of parents who are just so unaware of the media sites, games the kids play is insane. I've had to explain Roblox to parents along with what things like Discord, Snapchat, Tinder, etc. are used for. They've often shocked to find out that was what they are and just genuine. Chat, I know that this goes against what a lot of people think. I fundamentally, I don't believe in the parents' responsibility. It is 100% on the government and the companies. They have to be held responsible. You cannot just punt this to the parents. I think as soon as you punt this to the parents, you're fucking cooked.
We've been monitoring vigilante activity on Roblox for some time. These groups began by reporting safety concerns, commenting on news about Roblox, and challenging us to do better. We appreciate this feedback and use these reports to improve our safety systems. More recently, vigilante activity evolved. Instead of just reporting on safety issues, vigilantes started impersonating children and actively sought to connect with adult users. Those conversations mimicked inappropriate behavior and actively encouraged other users to connect on other social media and messaging platforms, thus bypassing Roblox's own safety systems. These were not one-off situations, and we saw the behavior accelerating across many accounts. This actively created an unsafe environment and normalized behavior that is both unacceptable on Roblox and is against our terms of use. Our policies prohibit directing other users off Roblox to another platform through chat and having/simulating sexually explicit conversations. These are serious policy violations that risk removal from the platform. Just reread your statement here, Roblox. You recognize that these groups were reporting all of this to you, and then you're confused on why they started doing more than just reporting. Could it possibly...
What's crazy to me is that, like, on first read, it sounds like, oh yeah, that makes sense. But then you like think about it, just like Charlie just here, like, wait a minute. But they're bringing people off Roblox to message them sexually when they're the ones pretending to be minors, and they are sexually messaging adults who are the actual predators, and then they are giving you, it's not like they're messaging minors. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's the other way around. They're the ones messaging the adults pretending to be minors and then giving you that information to say, hey, look at this person being a fucking predator. Now, obviously, in a perfect world, yes, in a perfect world, you wouldn't have the fucking vigilantes either. But
be because all of the reports they were sending your way for so long weren't leading to the predators getting kicked off the platform or anything?
Exactly.
Could that possibly be the reason? Could you follow that trail of breadcrumbs of logic? Like, I don't know how they can be so delusional to not recognize the reason why it evolved beyond just reporting and then they started using like decoys to try and get more evidence is because you weren't acting on the reports. Thus, they gathered more evidence on these bad actors and turned it over to authorities who did act on it. The evidence was sufficient for the police to issue arrests and get the predators.
Yeah.
But it wasn't enough for you guys to ban them or do anything like the bare minimum to protect children from these bad actors, these evil people. Like, I don't know why they're confused. They're making it sound like it's some kind of epidemic that spiraled out of control and Roblox was just doing everything by the book perfectly, when that's just not the case. The reason why it evolved so much is because you weren't doing enough. So the community started taking it upon themselves to try and act and do better and ensure the platform was a little safer for whatever they could do. They then have this section on the importance of accurate reporting going over, like, they needs to act in accordance with their policies and all of that, and then due to privacy considerations, we cannot inform users whether reports have led to consequences. But the thing about that claim is, to me, it seems like they're trying to hide behind their numbers. Like, we get so many reports, and we just can't inform you if, like, your report led to that person getting banned, but just trust us, it probably did. Like, we're actually, like, we're doing such a good job of getting them all banned. But the thing is, people aren't that fucking stupid. When you have found a bad actor, if you have found a predator and you're reporting that person, a lot of these people are following those accounts to ensure that they get banned because they are a danger to the community. And in a lot of cases, they're not getting banned. Like, they know that there hasn't been consequences. Whether or not Roblox is telling them, people can see for themselves when the accounts aren't banned. They then talk about how they actually go above and beyond. They work with law enforcement, following official legal guidelines around when it's appropriate to collaborate with them and provide information to help track bad actors across platforms to help keep users safe even beyond Roblox. In 2024, they submitted 24,522 reports to the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. They then say that on multiple occasions they found vigilante groups holding the reports to Roblox until after they had coordinated real-life meetups and built their own social media posts, and then explain why that's a bad thing, about how waiting to report to Roblox or the relevant authorities means alleged bad actors could potentially remain on the platform longer, leaving the community open to additional risks of harm. And they close out this section by saying that they recognize the community's frustration with how they handle violative behavior outside of Roblox, but they can't always act on all of it because a lot of it's screenshots and other messaging applications that need to be independently confirmed because without verification, there will be significant abuse.
Yeah, people can fake screenshots, yada yada.
Diligence. Overall, this is them saying that they actually take the reports very seriously and that they actually do a lot to try and keep Roblox safe, even beyond Roblox. They then also claim that some of the vigilante groups are like making social media posts about all of these bad actors before even reporting to Roblox. Of course, I don't know if that's all true or not. Very well could be. But the point still stands. There are a lot of bad actors on Roblox, even with all of the reports they act on and the ones that they report to the proper authorities. There is still a huge infestation of these evil people. And the vigilante groups, the ones that Roblox is fighting tooth and nail against, whether they like it or not, they are making a difference in making the platform safer. Roblox can, submit all of these reports and do as much as they can, but as they showcase, they get so many and they can't go through all of them. They can't thoroughly investigate every single one. They can't analyze every single screenshot from every off-platform message. They know that. They do even hint at that. But these vigilante groups, in a lot of cases, do go the extra mile for a lot of these individuals, and it leads to them getting arrested and away from children. It takes the predator away from victims. It makes the platform safer. It's
not only that, like, it is what I said earlier. It's like the fact that the vigilantes exist and are doing this might also decrease the rates of predation, because hopefully it just makes people realize that they can get caught doing this.
Not something Roblox should be battling against so vehemently.
Yes.
I really just don't understand why they don't try and work.
Like, eventually, yeah, they should stop the vigilantes once they have it under control themselves, but they clearly don't have it under control.
More collaboratively with people like Schlep or Gideon, who are actively getting these predators arrested. That's the big problem. Roblox isn't doing enough to keep children safe, and instead of trying to find more ways of keeping predators away from children, instead they're trying to legally strong-arm vigilantes into silence and just leaving it all alone and letting Roblox handle it. Put their trust in Roblox, a platform that has repeatedly let down so many people when it comes to getting these bad actors taken off the platform and away from victims. It is a problem that Roblox has done nothing to help with this statement here. This doubling down about this being like some kind of righteous fight against vigilantes is just so off the mark, it's crazy. They then spend a paragraph giving you a tutorial on how to report users, which is just completely useless. It's like,
I have to say, I think I have not seen a video game company miss the mark this much in so long.
Giving you a tutorial on how to get ice cream at McDonald's. The fucking machines are broken. It's useless. Like, you can report people till the cows come home. It's not working. That is the issue. They then talk about their Trusted Flagger program, where close and trusted partners can report serious criminal activity such as terrorism, violent extremism, or child exploitation directly to Roblox. And the idea is that the Trusted Flaggers are someone that Roblox puts a lot of weight on with their reports. But the Trusted Flagger program, while it sounds good in theory, is actually highly neglected. And from what I've read from a bunch of people with this program in particular, it doesn't do anything more than just a normal report. It doesn't seem like they actually take into
trusted flagger programs or stuff like this is just lip service.
consideration the trusted flag more than the normal report. Overall, I found this response from Roblox to be horrible. The doubling down was just a terrible call here, and it almost reads like Roblox is more upset that people are aware of the predator problem as opposed to the predator problem existing in the first place.
Charlie.
It seems like Roblox would rather people just be completely ignorant to it, just silence on it, while it's still being in the background. Like, it doesn't seem like they care so much that the predators exist. They just care that people are talking about the predators.
100%. 100% agree. It's basically they are worried that now people are aware that Roblox is not just some happy, fun gaming platform that everyone's playing on. It's like, actually, no, we are running into an issue that there are a lot of basically unsupervised children on this platform, and now weird predators are taking advantage of that.
Existing now.
And we don't have platform tools to do anything about that.
Like their priorities are just so out of whack. Threatening legal action against someone who was victimized on your game and is just trying to do what they can to make it.
And I think, Schlepp's story in particular sounds fucking insane. It's like, hey, I was a victim of child predation, and now I'm trying to help others, and then he gets banned for it. That's insane.
Better, and just a blanket removing all vigilantes type approach to things here is just nonsensical, because the community is in a position where it needs those vigilante groups because Roblox hasn't done enough to protect them. It's crazy to me. Anyway, I just wanted to give you the follow-up to all this. That's really about it. Yeah.
Thanks, Charlie. Appreciate that, buddy.